Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's practice, I actually went to a public skate because the free skates that were available just did not work for my schedule. So I just went to a free skate in the evening. It was 5 o'clock, even though it felt like it was just 2 o'clock. But yeah, I am very grateful that right now, kids are in school. So the public skates really have not had a whole ton of people on the ice. So that's why I'm able to practice during the public skate sessions, and turns out to be a pretty good practice session. And the fact that public skates are an hour 15 or an hour and 30 is pretty great. So I get more practice at a cheaper price, which of course we love. So right now I'm just warming up my body, warming up my hip flexors, and just trying to make sure I feel good about everything before I get to doing the stuff that I normally practice. And before I started recording this, I actually already did my warm-up on ice, so I'm pretty good already for that. So of course, I always start off with the front scratch spin. I feel like even though the front scratch is one of the more simpler spins, I still have a lot to work on with it. And the last coaching session I got, my coach actually gave me a lot of good tips on it. So I've been trying to apply that on my own. And of course, like with everything, it just takes months of practice and months of getting it to eventually look amazing and all that fun stuff. Most of the time, if I am struggling with something that I went over during my last coaching session, I refer to that. And my last session, my coach gave me a lot of good tips to improve the front scratch spin. So I was just looking at that and referring back to it. And of course, for my last attempt, I just tried to do my arms over my head instead of just doing the regular cross to my chest. So now I am moving on to the backspin, and this is still something I'm working on, but I am very excited that I'm actually starting to get somewhere with the backspin. I still have a long way to go, but I can at least do a decent revolution now instead of, just kind of not knowing what the heck I'm doing. Every time I'm starting the backspin, I keep forgetting that I have to actually keep my left hip raised and then my left shoulder forward. So once I actually remember to do that, the backspin isn't as bad. And y'all, I have no idea what it is, but this toe loop I am just not a fan of, and I really thought that when I was practicing my foot was going over the other one, but as you can see it's not, so I still have a lot to go with that. It's like a very basic simple jump, but still it's like very tricky. Oh, I did actually get that one there, so I'm glad about that. And now I'm moving on to the loop jump, and I'm still struggling with that one just a little bit. The last lesson I did where I was showed that new entry for the loop jump, I actually feel a lot better about it and more comfortable instead of trying to enter it from backwards crossovers. It seems a little scary when I try to do it from the backwards crossovers, and I think that's why I have such a delay when it comes to the loop jump, because I still get in my head about it. But for the most part, for this new entry that I do, I quite like it a lot. And of course, I had to try it from a front crossover. So now I'm moving on to my attempt at the attitude spin, and it's really not looking like much, but it's a good start. And to be honest, y'all, I didn't even realize that my arms were kind of lopsided. I had no idea that my arms were not the same level when I was doing this spin, and I think that's why it throws me off. And that, y'all, is the benefits of recording yourself and watching your practices so you can see what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And for this spin, I am definitely pushing my left hip forward, which is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm really glad that I'm starting to get that down. And doing this spin versus trying to do it several weeks ago, it feels a bit easier now. Progress, yay! But anyways, you guys, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!